We are preserving the craft that instruments had been made back in the 30s and 40s. My name is Mike Corrigan. People call me the Horn Doctor. I've been doing a lot of work down in New Orleans. I met a whole bunch of musicians, and one guy I had been really wanting to meet was Delfeayo.
I'm Delfeayo Marsalis. I play slide trombone. Well, I met Mike Corrigan when he came through New Orleans, and he said, you know, I want to make a horn for you.
I was explaining to him our custom horns, and he said, you know, I just bought a new trombone, but I've seen a lot of the horns that you do, and they're really cool. And he said, is there any way you could kind of bling out my trombone?
Mike came up with the great idea, you know, why don't we get you to play with some Kansas City musicians? So we have that New Orleans and Kansas City connection. And we're going to present the new horn, your new pimped out horn, at that show.
Now I'm excited to have the opportunity to have him in the shop and pimping out his horn. It's pretty cool. So what I want to do is check out your horn real quick.
This is my baby.
Perfect.
You know, it's a good design, but I think you know, I'm coming from New Orleans, man. I want to have something with a little more flair.
Right on, right on. Cool. Very cool. So then let me ask you, what kind of things are meaningful for you personally that I can incorporate into the design on this?
I live in a Victorian styled home.
Okay.
Which I like. I love the idea of woodworking.
Right on.
And also a man of literature.
What kind of literature do you like?
Well, Shakespeare, as I like to call him, Shaq. He reminds me of Louis Armstrong.
Oh, right.
Just a couple of notes, and they get right to the essence. And with Shaq, you can hear just a couple of words, and he gets right to the meaning of what's going on.
I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Your horn is in good hands, man.
Okay. I gave Mike my Courtois trombone, and I'm anxious to see what he comes up with.
Bye. I am literally going to have 24 hours to get this entire project done. The plan with Delfeayo's horn, we're going to be doing some custom engraving and incorporate a stained glass window into the back of his instrument. So we're gonna head over to Bearden's Stained Glass, and we're gonna be picking out, selecting different panes of glass and kind of laying out the design. This is gonna be reflecting the devastation of Katrina with the flooding. One of the things he said he wanted to have me incorporate is William Shakespeare. And this is going to represent the devastation of the Globe Theater burning down. And then at the center of it, you have the fleur-de-lis, which has a lot of powerful meaning behind it. And then you've got a horn kind of reflecting out of all the bad. We still have music, bringing back the good. I got really intense and very intricate with the design of Delfeayo's plate. I cannot screw this one up. I've been here for 2 hours and I've got 5 pieces done. Luckily, we had the help from the guys at Bearden's.
That piece is going to break off every time.
And that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So hardest cut first.
Got it. I think that's the coolest thing about making horns is you learn something new every day. Got the plate done. Took a lot longer than I expected. So now we just have to clean this up, mount it to the tuning slide, and then Darrel's engraving the horn right now. So we got to get going. Back in the 30s and 40s, every musical instrument manufacturer had an engraver or a department of several engravers that would hand engrave the instruments. We have a guy, Darrel, who builds the horns, happens to be a wonderful engraver, and he does all of our work.
I just kind of started freehanding and just drawing. Kind of decided to go with a asymmetrical, so it kind of flows a little more unique rather than just being, you know, a complete mirror image on both sides. I think she's gonna really dig it.
So I got the tuning slide all mounted up, which I'm real excited about how it looks. but this point right here on the glass is actually running into the ferrule on the bell, so it won't let the tuning slide go all the way down. So I guess I'm gonna go to Doug's. I'm nervous.
More, you think?
I'm a little concerned because if he's grossing it and breaks this pane, it would totally fukakel this piece. Then it will in fact be a pain in my buttock.
It didn't break.
No, we're good. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Bam.
That's great.
I definitely want to get rid of that brace and put something else down here. I have an idea. All right. I'm going to come from here down
I was
and do something kind of spiral.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking.
And that will put the spiral on the water side of the plate. After we get the horn detailed, the next process is to polish and lacquer it. And that's done across town at another shop called Heritage Music Repair. So we're almost done. We're masking this off so we don't get lacquer on the glass. We're just degreasing the horn now. Darrel's doing some detail work on the bell. Oh no. I'm just kidding. It needs to bake to lacquer be cured. Very critical we don't get the glass thermoshocked. So we gotta bring the oven up slowly and hopefully we won't have any panes start chattering. I'm gonna let Brian know we're ready to start shooting some lacquer. Hey Brian. Hey Brian. I don't know where he is. Hey Brian.
Yeah, I'm back here.
Oh, there he is. Thank you. All right, here we go. This is Brian. He's our lacquer guy. We got to get back to the shop, and we got to do all the final fit and finish. A lot of hand slide work to make sure the hand slide feels like bananas on ice, and then final wrap up. All right, I think we're in good shape. So we probably have a solid 2 hours left, and I have about a 2 hour window of time to do it. So. Is that thing done yet? Slide job. All right. This looks good. Yeah, buddy. I'm very, very privileged to be here. Delfeayo flew in on Tuesday night, and we've done something that no one's ever done on a trombone before. I think it's going to look pretty hip. I'm going to unveil it here tonight. Yeah, so Delfeayo get to see it. Let's get Delfeayo out here. This is actually a custom stained glass window that I made. Never done it before. Delfeayo, you see that we put a quote, a Shakespeare quote that I thought is absolutely perfect for a jazz musician, and it actually speaks very much to the way that this gentleman approaches his instrument, and it says, "Have more than you show, and speak less than you know." Enjoy the music tonight. Thank you.
Mike's one of those guys that's really passionate about instruments and working with the metal, and that's a rare thing. When you find someone that's really that passionate, I mean, that's the kind of passion that Louis Armstrong played with and that Charlie Parker played with. And that's a beautiful thing when someone not only has that, but also the craftsmanship and the skill to match. So that's why you see there's a certain uniqueness in the design and the way that he builds these instruments. So it's a special thing.